Thank you so much, Comfort, for that beautiful introduction. I was already beginning to be self-conscious. Okay, that's becoming too long, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the over 167 participants who is on this call. Thank you to SAEF for giving me this platform to share what I know with everyone. Thank you to Ella for that beautiful presentation. Mr. Julius, that was really brilliant. As a matter of fact, there was something you said, I just said, perfect. This is setting a good base for what I want to teach this morning. So thank you so much for beautiful presentations. So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen because I would like it to be as interactive as possible. There will be times when I'm going to ask questions. I want us to really flow with what we're doing here today because this concerns us and our future. Okay, so my topic is the reinvented safety professionals, keys to navigate the future. Because the way you have done safety up to this point, 1st May 2020, is going to be different from how you're going to do it going forward. If nothing else, the pandemic has shown that the world has changed and there are different ways we can work. So you cannot keep on doing what has been working before like that. There may be places you might need to tweak a little things, and there may be places you might need to change things totally. So Comfort has introduced me, but I'll just touch on some things that she didn't mention. So I'm the managing partner of ULOMCA, it's the Health and Safety Social Enterprise, where we try to reduce avoidable accidents that affect children. So we create products and programs for children, parents, educators. And a lot of you know me as Safety Chick. The storybook, like she mentioned, there are currently 3 in the series, and very recently we partnered with SAEF and some other organizations to produce this booklet. It's a story on the coronavirus so that the children can understand. As of today, because of the partnership we got with other organizations like SAEF, we're able to distribute 1,000 copies for free in 6 states, and it's available in English and French on my website. So I convened the annual School Safety Summit, where we bring stakeholders together, and then we'll bring safety professionals and educators, because I'm sure you would agree that a lot of teachers, school owners, they do not really know so much, and it may not be totally their fault because maybe they didn't teach them all that in teacher training college, but that is where safety professionals come in. We create that platform for you to come and exchange knowledge with them. We've done 3 so far. We're having our 4th edition on the 16th of May. That's in about 2 weeks' time. So please invite parents and educators that you know. Then, of course, the Train Them Young initiative, she has mentioned it. Very recently, I developed a safety education app called the Safety Chick Compass, and I'm a TEDx speaker. The reason I had to tell you about the things I do is so that you're going to understand where I'm coming from when I'm asking you to reinvent yourself as a safety professional. You cannot keep on doing it how it has always been. There will be the guiding principles as standard. They would always be there, but you would need to tweak, innovate for you to remain relevant. Remember what Mr. Julius mentioned earlier. You have to stay relevant. So please, everyone, I want you to look at this picture from the World Economic Forum. In this picture, we have 2 boxes. On this side, we have declining skills, and on this side, we have growing skills. I'd like you all to check in the declining skills. There is something there that concerns you and I as safety professionals. Please, who can identify it? Please mention in the chat box so that I can see. Can we see it? Okay, Comfort, I can't see the chat boxes anymore, so I can't see their comments. Okay.
Okay, let me check for you. There's a response, item 7. No, that's not it. Okay.
It's actually item 7, not just the item 7 of refreshment.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Management of personnel from Oluwatoyin.
Okay.
There.
Actually, number 7, that is the major one. The other ones that actually concern us, right? But number 7 is the number 1 here that affects us. This means that in the coming years, quality control and safety awareness would be reducing. Why would it be reducing? With the future of work being upon us now, machines, robots, drones, there's a whole lot that is coming in. So these things have already been pre-programmed to do safe work. So it's not a case of where you're telling a construction worker you must wear a hard hat and he's doing as he wants. The machine has been programmed that it has to do work in a certain way and it will do it. So that means the aspect of work where you're only doing awareness will depreciate. But what is going to be growing? Now look on the blue side. You see analytical thinking and innovation, active learning and learning strategies, creativity, originality and initiative, technology design and programming. So what can you begin to create that's going to solve a safety gap in the industry? Critical thinking and analysis, complex problem solving, leadership and social influence, emotional intelligence, reasoning, problem solving and ideation, systems analysis and evaluation. So is this a surprise that we're not having awareness on this growing part? I mean, everybody should be aware about safety, right? But that is just telling what is going to play out. So if all you have been doing as a safety professional is just safety awareness, you need to begin to think, what can I create that will be solving complex problems so that I am positioned as an important part of my organization? So whether you are a safety professional within an organization or you run a safety business that attends to different clients, you need to begin to think from that standpoint. Artificial learning machine learning rather, is here to stay. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. That future of work we've been talking about is here. So if machines can be schooled to make safe choices at work, then would you still have a role? So when we have this conversation about the future of work, many people get scared. Are we going to have job losses or is there going to be job gain? The truth is there will be job loss. But again, there will also be job gain because as roles are being lost, new roles are being created. And it is only those that have been prepared to fit into those roles that will be able to take advantage of it. So for you to be able to take advantage of it, it starts with you. So it all begins in your mind. Do you think you are able to bridge the gap in this new normal? If you do not think you can do it, you won't. If you believe that you can, you will. So it starts from you in your mind. Do you think you are up to it? Already, people are beginning to shut down. They are thinking, oh, there's so much technology. I'm not a techie person. I can't do it and all that. I used to say I'm not a techie person, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm not a techie person. But the truth is, even though I'm not a techie person, when I see things that I know that I need for the safety work I want to do, I sit down and learn it because I need it. That is why I created an app. Because I know that people are reaching out to me from different countries to share with them what I know, and maybe not all of them can afford to bring me to their countries physically. But if I have created something that they can just have on their mobile devices in their various locations, all I have to do is create the content from here, Lagos, Nigeria, and then they have access to it. Do you see? So this is not the time to start hustling. No, it's not about hustling. It's about positioning. You need to ask yourself, what is it that I can bring to the table with these new realities that are coming up? How do I position myself? So you are important as a safety professional. So just don't start thinking, our own has finished. Are you sure some organizations will still need safety professionals? They will still need it. If nothing else, this pandemic has shown the world that safety professionals are needed to provide protocols, to provide guidance on the things that need to be done. But again, you need to have positioned yourself as the one. So some days ago, I was speaking to a group of global safety professionals and telling them their role. And I started by asking, how many people even showed leadership in this period? So when this whole thing started, did you educate your staff? Okay, this is what is going on. This is how to stay safe. Now, people started working from home. Did you also begin to teach them and say, this is how to set up your workstation in the home so that your bosses are seeing that you are relevant, you are important? And then even if you are the boss, you are the owner of your safety business, but you have clients in different areas, did you keep on sending them newsletters, telling them, this is what you need to do, this is how to position your organization, this is how to send information to your staff, so that they would remember you, that you were there during the low times. And even when they're trying to cut costs in future, nobody would want to cut your costs because you showed up, you were there. So just in case you are still thinking you are not important, according to this ILO report, which came out some weeks ago ahead of the World Day for Safety and Health, the report is titled, In the Face of a Pandemic, Ensuring Safety and Health at Work. It says, workplaces are effective platforms where employers and workers together can disseminate information and sensitize on OSH, including for prevention and protection measures to reduce the spread of infectious diseases. So you are important, but are you acting like you are important? Have you positioned yourself as someone who is valuable to the core of the business? So that even if tomorrow they are deciding that, okay, we have 5 safety professionals in this organization, we can't afford the bill, we can only take 2 or 3. Are you going to be one of the 2 or one of the 3? If they even say they want 1 person, would you be that one? So you've got to innovate or die. I've been reading lots of articles, attending events, speaking with futurists, and one of the things I have learned from them in this period is that this has been the most expensive crisis in history. And it's not just an expensive crisis, it has also led to the largest job shift. So suddenly we're all working from home, and organizations are saying that, so it's actually possible for us to achieve all this without people coming to the office. So why are we renting big office space? So people are going to begin to cut their costs. And so as a private sector, we must show initiative, because in every problem, there is an opportunity. But the choice is in your hand. Do you want to see the problem, or do you want to see the opportunities? So I'll be sharing with you opportunities in the safety industry, opportunities outside, and then tell you how to build your personal brand, because we're now in a period where we're going to have the rise of personal brands. People want to know you as an individual, what you have to offer, separate from your organization. So there are things people would want to do, and they would want to do with you as a person, not as your organization. Because maybe they cannot pay your organization. The cost is high, right? But they can pay you as an individual, one person. So how can this be an opportunity for you? So let's talk about opportunities in the safety industry. The first point here is, regardless of what organization that you run or you are part of, because I'll be speaking to you both as an employer and those who are employees, who are safety professionals in businesses, you must now have diverse business packages. So I learned something from reading Robert Cialdini's book on influence, that when you are trying to get people to do something, you do not just give them one option. If you give them one option, they might say, it's too expensive, I don't want it. Or they might say, it's too cheap, it's not for my level. So you have to bridge that by creating options in your business. So let's say now we have the big safety organizations that are right here on this call. And you know that you have this oil and gas client who has lost so much money because of what is going on in the economy now. So they may not be able to pay you their full bill as it used to be. But that is why you're going to tell them, that's no problem. We have the luxury package, we have the average package, and then we have the basic package. So with the basic package, you're not paying as much as the luxury package, but you still get the important things that you need. What have you done there? You have given them options. So they're able to say, okay, yes, we are cutting costs, right? But we can still afford this basic. It still gives us the things that we need. If you are the safety professional working within the organization, you can be the one proposing these ideas to your bosses. Now, when you go to your bosses and you are the one telling them, this is how we're going to do it to stay relevant, they will be thinking of you as the person that will remain even if they need to sack other people. Do you see? So let me give an example. I'm sure we all saw Echo Hotel trended, I think, about last week or 2 weeks ago. Why? There was a flyer on social media saying Echo Hotel now delivers food. And everybody was like, wow, if a whole Echo Hotel is now doing food delivery, now Echo Hotel is competing with you, that business owner, that you are just a caterer in your own kitchen, and your competitors are family and friends. So now people will be like, I've had enough of home food. I want Echo Hotel to serve me. The money that is supposed to come to you is going to Echo Hotel. Why would Echo Hotel diversify their services? It's because they understand what's on ground. They know what is happening. So you too, how can you diversify the offerings that you have in your safety business? Okay, now the next point is create safety protocols for different types of organizations. So people do not have a lot of money right now, right? And people would not want to pay for expensive services. But let's say now you work in a safety business, you know how to create safety protocols. Do you know that you can actually begin to reach out to people that own small businesses in your area? So maybe the barbing salon, the caterer, which example am I going to use? The fashion designer, and you're saying, oh, work is resuming on Monday. Have you made your workplace safe? Do you know that your employees will be afraid to come to work if they are not sure that their safety is secure? Because as a matter of fact, as at still this morning on Instagram, I saw people telling others, if you don't have to go out on Monday, don't go. So if people are encouraging their friends, right, to not go to work, that means you have work to do. So you can tell this small business and say, I will create a safety protocol for you. Just pay 5K or 10K. By the time you do 5K, 10K for like 20 businesses, you've made money in this period that people are saying there is no money. So something as simple as creating a safety protocol for people that are not in your regional client base is something, because they need it. They need their employees to come back to work so they can stay sustainable, so that they can also make money. The no money thing is everywhere. So if you're showing yourself as someone who is providing value, you see, you're using your safety expertise, but you're using it to help others, and you're going to make money in the process. Another example here is create safety products and solutions. So when I was doing my research for this topic, I found out a product called Xcan. It's popular in Australia, and Xcan is a tool that is used for miners to mine without using their hands. So through technology, they're able to check in the mines and know the places where they need to drill from without having to go there personally. Do you see how that is going to be solving a problem, and is going to be ensuring that people are safe? Because they do not have to physically go into the tunnels and then, accidents begin to happen, because there is a tool that has already gone ahead to check. Again, my safety tree compass, people were reaching out to me from Namibia, Sierra Leone, South Sudan to teach them. And I've created a tool. Okay, I don't have to come to your country. If you bring me, I'll come, right? But, just to help you to save cost, just download this app and you have access to everything I'm sharing and everything I'm teaching. Another opportunity here could be telemedicine. Some of us are safety professionals who have clients that are in the health space. Because of this COVID-19 situation, people are now wary of going to public spaces. People are wary of anything that would make them to be in contact with others, because they do not know who has what. So if you are able to advise your people, let's create a telemedicine platform or a telemedicine opportunity for your business, and you can provide this to your client at so and so price, and they're able to still get medical help without stepping their feet in the hospital. You would see that your client will always think of it as, okay, this person is an idea spinner, we need this person close to us. And so even though they may be cutting costs, they would not totally cut you off. So as a safety professional, you need to begin to look at things from this angle. The other opportunity here in the safety industry is to leverage technology. Mr. Julius was giving an example of how he has still been doing site meetings using WhatsApp video. There are a diverse number of tools that you can use. There is augmented reality and virtual reality. And I know we're still thinking these things are far. It's not so far. Do you know that if you go on your phone with Google Maps, there's a place where you can actually be on a street in another city, in another country. You can actually see it almost as if you are there, just from the comfort of your device. So why can't we have AR and VR features to inspect construction sites without being there in person? Again, another thing that will be very important going forward is 5G and Wi-Fi 6. So I know that there are lots of conspiracy theories about 5G. I'm not here to talk about the conspiracy theories. I'm just here to point out that you would need fast communication. When you are going to be doing business across country lines, working from home is just going to be it's something that is here to stay, really. So there's going to be lots of remote work. You're working across borders, you're working across continents and all that. You would need fast connection, fast communication to be able to achieve the things you need to achieve. You don't want a case where you are doing a video and you're showing something and then the thing begins to buffer. Start wasting everybody's time. No. Again, you need robotics and drones to be very important. So most of us have different kinds of clients, right? Begin to think, what can you propose to them that will be useful to them in terms of safety? So can you provide safe robots, or can you even just give them the idea that if you have so and so type of robots or so and so type of drones, it will make your work easy? And then begin to think, do you also have the capacity to even build these things for them? Trust me, there are a lot of things that you do not have to build by yourself from scratch. You just need to collaborate with someone who can do it, and the work gets done. So we need to think ahead. We really need to think far. Let's not just think, oh, as it was in the beginning, so shall it always be. It will not be. If you don't move, others will move and you'll be left behind. You'll just become a dinosaur. And we all know what happened to dinosaurs, right? They are no more here. 3D printing. For those in the engineering space, for those in the construction space, you need to begin to think about this. How can you use it? How is it going to make profit for your clients? How is it going to be safe for the people that you serve, basically? Then blockchain. So digital currency is here to stay. I'm sure there are some of you that made money during this period. I made money. Some of you also made money. Blockchain, digital currency is here to stay. So you need to ask yourself, can I be the one to create safety solutions so that maybe Nigerians are more trusting of using the blockchain technology? How are we going to incorporate it into medicine? How are we going to incorporate it into construction? How are you going to incorporate it into education? Be the one to come up with the ideas. Because when you come up with ideas that work, people are going to run with it. That's just it. Some people do not have the capacity to really think far, but they have the capacity to support someone who has thought far. So choose your category. Do you want to be the one thinking far and people are joining you? Or do you want to associate with someone who is a thinker and that will keep on providing that service to your business so that you would always stay relevant and be on top of your game? The next one is mobile and cloud technology. So we are getting into the part where a lot of us will be working from the same computer in the cloud from our various homes and all that. So you need to ask yourself, how can I take advantage of this? How can I be the one to provide safety solutions or security solutions in that direction? Again, I've already talked about artificial intelligence, machine learning. The next one is online schooling. So I know that a lot of us have training services, consultancy services in our businesses. Have you figured out a way to move this thing online so that someone doesn't necessarily have to travel from Ghana or Kenya to Lagos to come and have training in your facility? They can just come online and have access to everything, same quality, same value. And before you are thinking, how am I going to start online school? There is something called Teachable. Teachable has made it easy for anyone to be able to host an online school. And depending on what you want, there's free plan, there are different categories of plans. You just choose one. You can customize the title to suit the online school or your training consultancy services and put all your courses there. Video, you can even put tests. You can put documents that can be downloaded. Please, at the end of today, just go and check out Teachable. You will see that there's actually so much you can do there. So try to see how to migrate what you do, physical trainings, online. And then if you want to actually build a learning management system on your website, that's also fine. I always like us to have options so that if one thing is not working, the other one is working. I have Teachable and I have an LMS on my website. So it all depends on you. Then there is something else as an opportunity for us again, personal safety technology. Imagine a world where people are worried about viruses out there, right? But then you have this small drone that goes ahead of you, just scans the environment and say, okay, safe, no virus, you can move. It looks funny, right? But these things, people are already beginning to create it in a developed country. You see? So don't think that this thing is far again. It's not far. COVID has changed the game. 2020 to 2030 is a knowledge decade. Africa has a huge potential to be on the rise, and that comes from us thinking, creating things, and being the one to even be sending solutions to other places and not just being consumers. We have to shift from being consumers to becoming producers and other people beginning to use the things that we have. Then, of course, there's Internet of Things. I'm sure you've heard of smart homes, smart devices, and all those things. How can you connect it to safety? There is a linking point. So I don't want you to keep being overwhelmed when you hear, oh, tech is here to stay, tech is here to stay. No, begin to ask yourself, so what solution can I create that would leverage tech and get me what I want and still get the people I'm trying to help what they want? So like I mentioned earlier, just the way jobs are going to be lost, there will be new job roles. So for example, drone traffic optimizer. So by the time we begin to have so many people using drones for different things, someone needs to be air traffic control. And it's only someone that knows that can do it so that we're not having crashes up and down, right? So that is a legitimate thing that you can begin to research on. And of course, there are so many other roles that would come up. But one thing I know is, as you're taking notes of the things I'm saying and you're seeing how to apply it in your sector, you begin to have fresh ideas on the things that you can create. And like I mentioned earlier, you don't have to be the one to create it from scratch. You can partner with people, to make your work easy. And then, of course, to help you stay afloat, you must operate a lean system. Any extravagant cost has to go. You are really not proving anything to anybody. I mean, if a hotel can humble themselves and start doing delivery, every one of us, we need to humble ourselves, think industry, upskill when necessary. And if you feel that, okay, this is not my forte, I am not strong in this area, then you ask yourself, who can I get on board to help me make these things happen? There are tons of young people who are so tech savvy. I mean, they were born digital natives, they know how to do this thing, right? Have an agreement, with them so that they're able to create these solutions in your business. So now let's move on to opportunities outside the safety industry. So everybody knows that speculation at this time. So you need to ask yourself, do you have extra skills that you can offer at a price that is non-safety related? So say, for example, your actual degree, what you studied in the university is accounting, but you're a safety professional today for one reason or the other. Is it possible that you can still use your accounting knowledge to keep books of small businesses? And you do it at a very affordable rate, maybe 5K, 10K, do for a few people. How are you going to get people? We're all in different WhatsApp groups. We're all in various religious groups. We're all on different platforms. Just begin to show your expertise small, and then from there you begin to get a few clients here and there. By the time you do 5K in 10 places or 10K in 10 places or 20 places, depending on your reach, you're just having something else coming on the side while you focus on your core, which is the safety aspect of things. So again, you do not have to be the one to do it. If you can be the one bringing in the business, you have a good pool of network and they need good service, maybe you can employ volunteers, interns. I tell them, okay, I'll get this business for you. All you have to do is do the work and then I pay you so and so amount. And the work gets done. So you don't have to be everything, but you can still get it done and get resources from your various ventures. So the various opportunities here could be accounting, it could be setting up a company. Some of you are lawyers, you know all the nitty-gritty of setting up businesses, drawing up proposals and all that. You should begin to think of how to monetize it for those who cannot do it. And when you want to monetize it, try to keep the price at an affordable level. Remember, people do not have money, and anybody that costs a price that is too much, they will run away and look for the cheaper and effective alternative. So you've got to have different price points. Then negotiating deals. Are you the kind of person that once you say something in any presentation, they'll just bring out their pen and start signing the check? It's a skill that not everybody has. So you need to see how can you use it to help other businesses and you help yourself in the process. Writing contracts, marketing and sales. Now this is very important. A lot of people do not know how to market their product. They don't know how to market their business. And you are good at it. Offer it to them at a price and you make some money from that. Communication management, very important, most especially this period. Everybody's brain is touching, for one reason or the other. They've been inside for too long, there is no money, so things are just touching everywhere. But are you the one that is so great at communicating with different kinds of people, managing tempers, managing even egocentric people, and all those things? It would come in handy. Because the truth is, in as much as technology is here to stay, technology is not going to eclipse human beings totally. The human beings would still be able to do certain things. There are things human beings will bring to the table that machines cannot and will not be able to do. So you have to position yourself to get opportunities by looking within yourself. What is my skill? What is that thing that if you wake me up from sleep, I can do easily? Then you layer your expertise on it and boom, you have something big that you can put out there to others. Then gig management. From what I've been saying now, it's just gigs. People are going to be doing so many things on the side in order to stay afloat. Because we're hearing cases of organizations cutting salaries by 50%, some 70%, and whatever is left may not be able to give them the standard of living that they want. So people are going to be doing other things on the side, freelancing opportunities, so that they can make some money. So can you be the person, say for example, you work in HR here, or you double up the role of HR and safety professional in your business. Can you be the one to tell your bosses, the owner of the organization, that, okay, we need so and so, but if you want to get this number of people to do it, it will cost so and so amount. But if we're able to outsource it to so and so kind of people, maybe somebody in Pakistan, someone in India, someone in Japan, and then I would coordinate them and make sure that they always deliver on the assigned project. It is something, because not everybody has the capacity to manage people across different time zones and to deliver on a project within the correct time frame. I'm sure you're all aware that India is like the major country that does a lot of outsourcing. Most of the services that happen in the US are done by people that are actually living in India. So this is actually something we can borrow and see how we can begin to help our organizations and other organizations around us. It's called gig management. So you may not be the one running around creating the tech, writing the books and all that, but you can get people that can do it, and you can make them work together as a cohesive team and deliver on target. That is something not everybody can do. So it's an opportunity outside the industry. And then distraction management. So how many of us have not checked WhatsApp today? What's the time? This is about 11:50. It's almost impossible that by noon of a day, people have not checked WhatsApp. Most times as people wake up, they are checking WhatsApp. And I'm sure you must have experienced that thing where you went to WhatsApp to send a message to someone, and then you saw so many messages and you couldn't even remember what brought you to WhatsApp in the first place. Distractions are arising because of diverse social media. And because a lot of people do not know how to manage these things, it will begin to affect work. They will not be able to deliver on set target. So people are beginning to create courses and their certificates, actually certificate courses on how to manage distraction. So are you going to be the one that will go and get certified, become a distraction manager, and then begin to provide that service to different organizations so that organizations remain efficient, organizations keep on achieving their targets within set time frames? It's a possibility. So you need to ask yourself what comes easily to you, what direction is the world going, and then you must build an expression around it. Now, this one is so important to me because that is actually one of the reasons I'm speaking to you today. It's called the rise of personal brands. So, as organizations begin to see that they want to cut costs and they cannot move with certain big organizations who have not created alternatives for them, what will happen is they will begin to look for people like me, and of course you, because by the time you are done listening to me today, you would also become a personal brand. You begin to see how to make yourself that personal brand that organizations will begin to look for. So, what is that thing that is unique to you? How can you reposition and how can you offer it? Because when things become too expensive, people will begin to look for the cheaper and effective. It's not just cheap, effective person. And when I say cheap, it doesn't mean that your price is too low and all that. No, it just means that when you are compared to the price of a bigger organization, you are more affordable. You are more friendly to their pockets because everyone is trying to work on a lean budget. So you've got to be that person that has positioned yourself. So how do you reposition yourself? I must mention at this point that this is actually one of the things I teach in my coaching sessions with clients who are trying to redefine themselves in the marketplace. But I chose to do it here because we're all together, we're all safety professionals. We need to help ourselves. That's the way we're all going to grow in this period, for real. We need to collaborate, we need to work with one another. So the first thing is, what do you want to stand for? You must have a core message. And when you are looking for what you want to stand for, don't just think of what you want to stand for. You also need to ask yourself, what problem will it solve? The reason I have been able to achieve international recognition and for my work to spread across borders, it's because there is a problem I am solving. It is tied to one of the SDGs. It is making a social impact. So you need to find a way to tie that thing you want to stand for to something that would help someone that is not your family member. Because that is the way the international organizations look at it. They want to see who is not being selfish, who is thinking of others, and it is that person they want to reach out to. So for example, some weeks ago, IREX, international body, they reached out to me from the US and they said, we know that you do a lot of work in safety. We want to share your work with our stakeholders. Answer the following questions. And I answered and I sent to them. So now they are going to share that information with their stakeholders. I'm not able to be there in person, but because I am on a platform that makes them to know about me, they're able to communicate my work to thousands of others. Why? Because it is solving a problem. So it's not enough for you to say, oh, I want to be a safety education advocate. Good. But what problem, in real terms, what problem is it solving? Then the next one is, who is your target audience? Who are they? Are they women? Are they children? Are they teenagers? Are they businesses? Are they religious organizations? You need to know who they are. I always tell people when I have my coaching sessions that do not just have one target audience, have different types. Do you know why you need different categories of target audience? The day one is not paying, the other one will pay. So I have I have a target audience that is children. I have a target audience that is foundations and those that international development organizations that do solve real-time problems. Then I have professionals who are doing other things and want to grow and become personal brands. Guess what? In this period of the COVID, I was not making money from selling physical copies of books. I was making money from online courses and from coaching. So imagine I didn't have those things. So that's how I would have been sitting down. No book sales, nothing. Do you see why you must have different categories in your target audience? It is very important. Then you need to ask yourself, where are your target audience? So in my own case, my target audience is the African child, not just the Nigerian child. And because I now realize that, in Africa, we have English and we have French, I had to make sure that book is now available in English and in French so that you do not sideline some people. Do you see? So you need to know where they are and how to reach them. Then you have to ask yourself, what products are you going to create? Would it be physical products?
Thank you, Septic Chick. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. All right, start rounding up, please.
I'm actually rounding
up. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you need to ask yourself, what product are you going to create? Is it going to be physical product? Is it going to be digital product? In what forms? How can you repurpose it? So I know some of you are already thinking, but I don't have a product. Almost everybody that is a safety professional here, you've probably been invited to speak at an event. Do you know that you can take the recordings of that event, convert it to a blog article, convert it to an online course, convert it to a book, and sell to those that did not attend and who need that valuable information that you passed? You can actually collate all the videos you have done in the past, get all the information together, and again, you don't have to do it yourself. You can get people to help you, and then you put it out there as a product. And nobody says your only market should be Nigeria. So you can market to Kenya, you can market to Ghana, you can market to Namibia, so that your presence keeps going out there ahead of you. And then you need to find who you can collaborate with, either individuals or organizations. So you can see here on the screen, the French book. This French book was made possible by a collaboration with someone in Guinea, a health and safety organization in Guinea. Here was when we had to take the Train Them Young initiative to Ghana. This, my colleague, is a Ghanaian police officer. Courtesy of him, we're able to have this event, train the volunteers who have been the one doing the safety work for me in Ghana. So you've got to collaborate. You need to ask yourself, who can I work with? Because we need one another. Okay? Then what social media platforms are you going to use? You need to learn how to use social media. All right. Then, of course, it's really important that you monetize this product. I've already mentioned that earlier. Then moving forward, you must ask yourself, one of the teachers I look up to, Olakule Shorinyo, always says, where is the money, or the market in this case? Who is holding it? How do you reach who is holding it? If you reach them, what are you going to say? Then, how are you going to say it? I know we always say when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. But in this case, the tough seek collaboration. I'm available to work with you. I'm available to connect you to other people you need to work with. And then you need to look within yourselves. Who can you work with? So I'll be wrapping up by saying School Safety Summit is coming up on the 16th of May. Please plan to attend, invite parents, educators, and of course, sit with your notes and think deeply about the things I have said. More ideas will come to you. And feel free to reach out if you need help. I'm available to support and help. All right, so thank you so much for listening. If we have questions, I'm available to answer. If that's not possible now, I can answer later. So thank you all so much for listening.